Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and today I wanted to deliver your message in a new format that I was inspired to do. And through picking whether you're drawn to the yin or the yang. And I just want to preface before we begin this reading by saying, don't worry guys, I will not be doing two pile readings moving forward. While there's nothing wrong with two pile readings, I know you guys, I know my soul family, I know you guys love your options. But I would kindly ask you to allow me to present two piles today, because it's just what I felt inspired to do through the idea of the yin and the yang. So curious what it's going to bring and how this is a specific message to you. So, considering everything said, today you have the yin. This will be the first pile presented by the white Howlite. And you have the yang presented by the Onyx crystal. As usual, if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp to that down in the description box. But if you do not prefer your zodiac signs and you just prefer to pick them using your intuition and you feel like the zodiac signs would interfere in the process of you picking your piles, then I would say pause the video, take as much time as you need, and I will see you in your readings. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then the way we're going to be doing it today, I think I will be drawing out one zodiac sign at a time for each pile. I think that's the best way to do it. So let's find out which zodiac signs, 6 zodiac signs, are going to end up in pile number 1 and which ones are going to end up in pile number 2. The yin and the yang of today. So for pile number 1, the first sign is Gemini and pile number 2 is Taurus. Second sign for pile number 2 is Libra. Second for 2 is Sagittarius. Third for 1 is Leo. And third for 2 is Aries. Fourth, Pisces and Aquarius. Fifth is Virgo and Capricorn. Last but not least, 6th is Scorpio and Cancer. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. If you find that, your signs are distributed amongst the 2, why not check out the 2 if you want? But if you want to go by just one, I highly recommend you check out your sun sign today. It's just a feeling. Please do what resonates with you. Alternatively, you can even pick your pile today using another placement in your chart. It's all up to you. These are just different ways to make it easier and more enjoyable for you to pick your piles. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1, the yin pile. How are you? Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful white Howlite. And your zodiac signs, hold on. There we go, are Gemini, Libra, Leo, Pisces, Virgo, and Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. Just a quick disclaimer, if these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just a way for others to pick their piles as well. Let's carefully place them to the side and see what is your specific message in today's reading. These are the oracle cards that I will be using for your reading. This one will be your tarot deck, and if you want to find out what decks I'm using, I always list them, oh thanks, down in the description box. Right, so you have the 10 of Swords, and this is, by the way, a tarot deck, but it has a goddess in each card. This is why I am placing them with the oracle cards. I feel like it's gonna enhance today's reading and helping me find out what your specific message is. You have Soldier, you have Strength with Lionheart, and you have the rune Fehu with the goddess Freya, and it says portable wealth, abundance, and finances. Ooh, so nice. What a cool message. Okay, let's keep your cards there. Soldier and your 10 of Swords. Let's take a look at your tarot cards to get a more specific message, because it is a specific reading after all. So let's pull out your cards and see what it is. So you have the 9 of Cups. Your reading is beginning with the 9 of Cups. Wow. Okay. And you've got the 9 of Swords. Ooh, there's a dichotomy of energy here. 9 of Cups on one side and the 9 of Swords on the other. And you can even see it with your oracle cards. I mean, blessings and wealth and abundance on one side, and then you've got Erinis on the other side, the Greek goddess of punishment. So what is that? I mean, this is a yin energy, and we're already getting a yin and a yang energy. Let's find out. That's what we asked for, right? You have the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the 9 again, the 9 of Wands. I think I'm going to stop there and think about this. Looks like this is within the 9s. The only 9 missing here is the 9 of Cups. And I think that these 3 cards are replacing the 9 of Cups, the card of wish fulfillment, materialistically, which is what we're seeing here amongst the 9s. Let's focus on the 9s. I have an idea. Let me pull this out representing the 9 of Pentacles so you remember what we're doing. 9999. And the 9s in tarot is the culmination, or rather the culminative, is that how we say it? The culmination of past events and energies in the present moment. And so the 9 of Swords, for example, is like the result of all the stress and the worries that one allowed their minds to take control of themselves, to the point where they're now feeling very anxious, and they've allowed that type of control over their mind. The 9 of Cups is again the culmination of all the emotional manifestation, the emotional aspect, how good you feel in terms of gratitude and having faith in the future and all of that, and how that helped you to manifest what you want emotionally, and so on and so forth. The Wands is like going through the work, doing the work. The 9 of Wands is, you feel the burnout, but you're persevering anyway. So here, I feel like your reading is saying you are about to have specifically a lot of wealth and abundance, specifically in finances. And so there's a specific message with regards to that here. I feel that your reading is saying when all the aspects are adjusted have culminated in the right way, something manifests. You know how when we manifest something, we need the 4 elements. We need the earth, we need the fire, we need the water, and we need the air. And with the elements, you create, you manifest what you want into existence. And you can see here the swords, the fighting power of the 9 of Wands, and the strength of emotion with the cups. And so all this to say, a huge type of wealth is coming into your life. Should you be mindful these days of the different elements, the 4 elements? They play a powerful role in manifestation, and that's what you see in the Magician card. The faith is strong, your desire to create it, your heart is in there, so that's check. Are you persevering through the difficulties? Are you working hard, making sure that nothing stands in your way? Check. What's left then? You can clearly see it with the swords. You have the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. This combination here lets me know that you've actually worked very hard. This is the culmination, right? So you've actually worked very hard when it comes to your mind, but there is still more to go in that area. You are still suffering from a lot of stress and anxiousness. And so with anything that might go wrong, or some challenge that you're working through or something, it's still let me organize my thoughts. It still has a huge effect on your mind. And so this is why this is your significator card. Stillness. Dear one, stillness. 10 of Swords, the 10s are excess. So culmination and excess, that is like the bottleneck where as something is coming out of a pressure because it has culminated, it begins first by letting you experience a lot of power, an excess of it. And in both areas, the positive and the negative, you want to be careful with that energy, because even in the positive, when there is excess, you want to be balanced within, because it's not always going to be that high. Enjoy it and everything, but the advice is to always remain calm and to take it in, to enjoy it, but not to overindulge. And it's the same thing with the mind. As this is becoming intense, things are changing, maybe you're tired, you want to get out of this, you worked so hard. When things become a lot and the mind can't handle it anymore, it is also the time to stay still and centered. What you're experiencing is not you going towards a bad place. It's just a cleanse that is allowing you to finally come out of this energy, end this cycle, and begin a new beginning. How can you go through this energy? That is by being still mentally. Be still, my heart, or rather here, my mind. This is about to happen for you. You might be feeling like you're going to be punished, that you're not going to receive it, because you see, I feel like you're almost on the precipice of receiving this. But it's like, hey, oops, just like that. It's like you can't hold it. You're supposed to hold it, but it keeps moving. You're not holding it. And so you feel because of that, you're meant to be punished. And I say you think you're going to be punished. As I said, this is the Greek goddess of punishment. And you know, She's part of the Greek goddesses of vengeance and retribution in the underworld. So you kind of feel like, I'm being punished. I'm not going to get that happen for me. It's not true. Your reading here is saying this is going to happen for you. It's not happening yet, not because you're being punished at all. It is due to the adjustments. That movement in the cup is the very movement of your mind frequency. You shall be able to touch it. When you feel that balance, the Queen of Cups is balance, when you reach that balance, and you're there, you know, you're nearly there. This is like 9 of Swords to 10 of Swords. You're nearly out ending this. And so your guidance today to help you end this is to be still. Be still, my mind. All right, so let's get guidance on that, and also on how is this wealth happening for you as well, since we see it in your cards. So what is your guidance first, and then how is this wealth happening for you? So you've got the 5 of Swords. Wow, the Emperor. And the 2 of Swords. You know, the 2 of Swords is the yin and the yang, in my opinion, in this reading. 2 powerful forces, you know, going against each other, which means that you have created a lot of power, and you need to graduate, you know. It's that final step that will allow you to have equal power to the other side, where the other side cannot push you out of your blessings any longer. You know, you're about to be crowned in this new beginning, so to speak. And I'm saying that because the 5 of Swords is the card of either winning or losing. So can you see? You're on the verge and the precipice of that. And you're either going to win it or postpone it, where the other force wins temporarily until you have that power to push once and for all back. And so your guidance here is keep persevering mentally by staying still. This is what shall give you your power and end your cycle. And so the effort here is to, whenever you're feeling anxious, whenever you're feeling depressed, which is also related to the 9 of Swords, sad, depressed, anxious, any of these thoughts that perhaps bring you a couple of steps back from all of the effort that you've put in, always remember to stay still, to calm yourself from these emotions. You know, it's okay if one emotion is overpowered at the moment. Feel it, let it be, and calmly release it. And you shall win your new power. Most importantly, this is your power with a crown over your mind. And it shall allow for this culmination to finally happen. And for your wealth to come into your life. My dear pile number 1. Okay, so now that we understand the guidance, let's take a look at how your wealth is happening, right? That is an interesting question for this pile. So how is their wealth happening? You have the Fool card, very interesting Fool card. Wow, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm getting ideas, but I'm gonna wait. You have the Chariot and the 10 of Cups. Wow, talk about excess of an energy. That's like the explosion of happiness right there. And be careful when all of that happiness comes. Take it in as discussed, enjoy it, but remember to always find your balance. So how is this happening? Something is fated to happen here with the Wheel of Fortune. You can see the three fates playing a role in Greek mythology. You've got a lot of Greek mythology here in your reading. So you can see something is fated that is about to happen. And it's going to happen as you get access to something. You know, there's a lot of movement. The bird is flying, the car is driving. So this is where I'm getting the idea of movement. I see that something fated is written for you, will happen, and it will allow you to gain access to something where you couldn't move before. Now you're going to be able to move. Now you're thinking, oh, look at the cat both here on the cage and on the car. So I see you thinking, oh, this is not going to happen for me because this cat, so to speak, this issue in my life is the very thing that is keeping me. That sort of danger in my life is the very thing that is not allowing me to have access to that. But then you realize that you are able to move towards this dream despite what you thought was the very challenge in your way. And you realize that what you thought was a challenge isn't really a challenge. It might even turn out to be the very thing that gives you many lives or many trials or many opportunities. Or it might be the very thing that gives you many trials, so to speak, many trials to go at and do the things that you want. You know, without the cat, one hit and you're done. With the cat having 9 lives, it's symbolizing that the very thing that you thought was hindering you or standing in your way, locking you out of doing something, will be the very thing on your path that you will go, oh, thank goodness. I have that issue or challenge or that thing in my life because it's giving me the power to persevere. I get to do it and again and again and again and again, and it's never over for me. Don't overdo it. However, the cat has 9 lives. So yeah, a thing that you thought was standing in your way will be a benefit on your journey, and it will turn out that it wasn't the thing that was keeping you from accessing what you want. So this is all starting through a fated event. You're going to find out about it when it's due time, and finally you'll be able to have access to something you've always wanted. This is beyond your dreams with the 10 of Cups. This is a life that you will truly enjoy, and it will be more than fulfilling. Enjoy it, but remember when we talked about the 10s, always remember that it's that energy that happens after, you know, something has culminated. I don't know if I'm explaining it well. Intense energy before it finds its balance. Everything is in balance and should be in balance, just like the yin and the yang. Final question is, when can you expect that fated event? My dear pile number 1. Wow, the sun. I'm getting a lot of ideas with the planets around the sun. And you have the King of Swords representing 14. In the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice is on the 21st of June. But since you have 14, I'm gonna take a little risk today and say look out for the 14th of June. And I just checked out my calendar, and it seems on that day the sun is conjunct to Mercury in Gemini. So look out for that day. I think something big and meant to be is going to happen, but remember, Only you, just like Arthur, can make this happen. Although it's destined, it's still in your hands. If you follow the guidance and stand still with power, this destined event is going to happen. But remember, on that day, maybe now there are two scenarios, the yin and the yang, the win and the lose. So make sure, my dear pile number one, that day comes and you're winning. And how can you do that? The guidance is stand still. And my dear pile number one, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number one, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. If you're still here in pile number one, I thought about this. Sun conjuncting Mercury in Gemini. Mercury in Gemini, this is like strong communication. The Sun conjuncting Mercury in Gemini, this is a powerful event, like huge communication is fated to happen on that day for you. That's what I think. I'm not an astrologer, just with my basic understanding what I think. But if you're an astrologer, please let us know in the comments section what you think. Hi, pile number two, or the Yang pile. How are you? Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful Onyx. And if you picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Taurus, Sagittarius, Aries, and Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. Oh, Capricorn and Cancer as well. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you guys, please don't worry about it. It's just a way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so today we're taking a look at a specific message meant for you. I'm seeing 4 cards, so I'm just going to take them here. And let's pull out your last oracle card. If you are drawn to any of these decks and you want to know their names, I always list them down in the description box. Okay, so this is not an oracle deck. It's a tarot deck, but it's got goddesses. And this is why I'm using it along the oracle cards today. I want to get to know what goddess you're getting in this reading. So here you have the Queen of Swords with Dhumavati. Okay, let's keep that right there. And you have the Ansu's Rune. Oh, interesting. Can you see a card? With Vulva. You've got communication, wisdom, and message. Very interesting that you get the Dhumavati in the Yang energy, in the Yang pile. You also have integration. Wow. This is a powerful pile. I feel like this is a pile who has truly worked on their shadow side. So good for you. I feel like there's an integration happening these days for you. And with Vulva, this is allowing you to become not only a stronger version of yourself, but a person who understands their shadow, their weakness, is able to deal not just better with others, but with the world. So that's a strong power here, especially the Dhumavati that you are getting into these days. A power to be reckoned with, unbeatable, especially with the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is known to be a queen that does the right thing, is capable of doing the right thing, because she's not hindered by her emotions. Her emotions are not standing in her way of doing what she knows is right, or what she knows is the thing that she wants. A powerful figure in tarot. Let's find out more. You have the Lover. Oh, okay. I think I got what the message here is, especially that you have Dhumavati. Okay, you have refusal to change. Wow. And you have Diplomat. My mind is blown with this message. You also have Effort, the Builder. Okay, I usually like to wait to see what the tarot cards have to say, but I can't hold the being mind blown any longer. I feel this is a message of self-love or acceptance. And you could have a lot of self-love, by the way. You could have self-love in most areas of your life. And then comes that one area and you don't know that it's self-love, where it's that area where you feel embarrassed. It's the area where you're not comfortable, or it's the area where you feel triggered. So I don't know, but do you see the builder here and the pieces of the puzzle? I think you've put some things together here. I feel like there was a specific area of your life where your shadow was, that was wreaking havoc. And I feel like you have finally fulfilled something within you that was unfulfilled before. And I say that because the Dhumavati is married to the Lord Shiva in Hinduism, and she lives in the Himalayas, and she was so hungry, and when she asks him for food and he refuses, of course that's all to teach you a spiritual understanding, it's like teaching you not to need something. And so at some point she swallowed him, and she widows herself. And once she does, she had a difficult of being respected amongst her people, being a widow. And it has that she couldn't find the social respect being a widow. And by swallowing Shiva, as you swallow a god that contains the entire world, it gives a sense of fulfillment. That's where I'm getting the integration here. That's where I got the idea that you finally felt fulfilled. So maybe that one thing in your life, one specific area or something, perhaps you were ashamed because you have the hands in front of the face. You're afraid to show a specific part of you. And with lover, I feel like that self-love in that area, this is where the integration, you've integrated your shadow and accepted it, you see, with the handshake. You've learned to accept it and integrate it within you. You're no longer embarrassed about it. You've maybe talked to yourself. You put a lot of effort here with the builder into maybe improving that area or loving that area about yourself. Also acceptance, right? Accepting this area, not being embarrassed or refusing it any longer. And that is integrating that shadow within you. So good job here, my dear pile number 2. The pieces are coming together because here it seems like you were already a balanced person, standing strong. It was like a little shadow here and there that was causing this imbalance. And I read a long time ago how if you have only 1% doubt about something, that one tiny little percent could wreak havoc in your mind. It's that little crack that allows all the negative thoughts to come in. So, like I said, it seems like you were already a balanced person and you were integrating one small shadow that was wreaking havoc in your system. And it's created through self-love. It's created through you feeling fulfilled on the inside, not feeling ashamed and accepting that part of you. And so the person who understands and accepts themselves is able to deal with the world outside. And so that is giving you power with the vulva here. It's allowing you to find the power within, become more spiritual, or gratitude, oh my God. And it's allowing you to get access to your power. And since your keyword is gratitude here, you are grateful for who you are. You're no longer ashamed. You've learned to feel gratitude instead of shame in an area of your life. So cool. What is that resulting to, my dear pile number 2? The Yang pile. Wow, who would have known that the Yang pile is integrating the shadow? I mean, I should have thought about that, but very, very cool. So, how is that resulting in your outside world these days, my dear pile number 2? So, wow, you've got the 7 of Wands. It's very clear. You're in your bubble, and nothing on the outside world can affect your peace of mind, can affect your power, your Shakti. No amount of challenges in that area that used to affect you can affect you any longer. And you can see the sacral chakra becoming very strong for you. The red trousers, of course, signify the root chakra. You're becoming more grounded in yourself. And you've created that aura around you where nothing or no one can affect you in that way ever again. Exactly. And you've got the 5 of Swords, as well as the 2 of Pentacles. You have the Justice card. You see the 2s, duality, the integration of the shadow, the balance of what used to cause you headaches. Okay. Your mind was not giving you a break in this area. And you misunderstood your intuition constantly, misrepresented your mind for your intuition. Meaning, your mind used to play all sorts of games on you, making you feel like, ooh, this is going to go bad because it's your intuition telling you it's going to go bad. When really it was your mind who is anticipating the danger, or it was your mind telling you to be ashamed of something, thinking you understand people's souls or understand how people are thinking. And while you are a vulva, while you are a witch, or let's say you are a psychic person, you do have that capability of sensing energy. But it was a lot of the times your mind playing tricks on you, and it wasn't really the energy. While you can read energy throughout in every different aspect of your life, when it came to that area where your shadow was, it wasn't your intuition. It was always your mind playing tricks on you. And so you can see here, it is with the Sword and the Justice card, the mind coming into balance, and you're doing yourself the biggest justice, because the outside world, and we were saying that before that card came out, it is knowing how to deal with yourself within that allows no one on the outside world or no event to affect you within again. Okay, it's that power of being able to deal with the outside. So that's the first thing you can see, that the first benefit that's happening these days for you, a shift of energy and a shift of, in that case, reality. You have the Magician. Wow, your magical powers, as you can see, are increasing. And we did see that from the very beginning, my dear pile number 2, with the vulva. So some form of magical power within you is becoming very strong these days, because perhaps it was that area that was weakening something that was already very strong within you. And you can see with the infinity and almost like a connection of power finally happening, allowing it to flow freely within you. So what kind of power is forming these days for you? The 4 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords. Oh, 2 cards came out. The 2 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. Oh, a lot actually. A lot of things are happening. So I would say the magic here, since I've looked at the cards, is manifestation. A strong, maybe it was your mind preventing a strong form of manifestation to happen in your life. And so with this energy flowing freely within you, a lot of things are happening. If you are single, there's a surprise relationship, romantic connection happening that you're not expecting, and it's someone that you will create a family with because you have the Othala rune in the ear. So maybe ears is like you'll be hearing someone communicate with you. You do have the lover here after all. So that's one thing. If you're single, I understand if you're not single, we need to look at the cards in a different way. If you are in a relationship or single, I'm not really seeing it as relationship in that case for you guys. What I'm seeing here is you're holding off your energy. You used to maybe give a lot to cover for that which you were ashamed of. And you're holding off of that energy. You're holding your horses. You're like, I'm not gonna behave in that way anymore. I'm so proud of who I am now. Is showing you a reality that you have not seen before. And that is two things: stronger connections with others and many offers from others that you weren't expecting because it wasn't part of your reality before. Perhaps this is talking about a new type of treatment as a result of the new type of character or the energy that you are exuding. But I'm seeing people offering you things that didn't happen before, and I see you forming stronger, more intimate connections with other people around you. And that could also translate if you're in a relationship with your loved one, for sure, with the lover and the Two of Cups. You're learning to hold off your energy, to give when you want to give and not give when you don't want to give. It's that giving from the heart and not from a place of maybe shame. I feel like you're becoming more assertive, just like Dhumavati. She is confident in who she is. She has accepted the good things as well as the other aspects that socially are not accepted. And she is proud of it. And you know, she's worshipped by sorcerers and witches. So make no mistake, your magical powers are becoming very strong. And so this is manifestation. Also, this is talking about your magnetic power, how you're exuding magnetic energy that is attracting people to you. So you're attracting things into your life. You're attracting people to you. You're exuding this je ne sais quoi, you know, this unresistible energy by accepting who you are within. And you know, Dhumavati, when someone is afraid of her and has distaste towards her and what he or she feels like her ugliness or fears her misfortune, they go through her teaching to obtain the wisdom of the world and to understand more beyond the illusion. And so this is what I feel. Your third eye has opened up. You realize there's nothing to be ashamed of. You've learned to how to love and appreciate yourself, and that is exuding so much power in your outside world, bringing wealth and fortune and opportunities and people and you name it around you. Nothing can beat you on the outside. And I want to say, my dear pile number 2, congratulations on this integration. This pile today has a huge integration going on. I feel like I want to hug you guys. Good job. And finally, before we leave, I just want to pull out 3 cards as your guidance as you're going through this integration. What is your guidance? 10 of Wands, Hanged Man, and the 8 of Cups. Release the past from your shoulders. Release any guilt, or don't blame yourself for what happened in the past. Remember, the Hanged Man shows another perspective, and you can only understand you know, what is beautiful when you've seen the ugly. You can appreciate the fortune when you've seen the misfortune, and so on. And so now that you've seen the other side, it's always yin and yang. Now that you've seen the other side, you can appreciate so much the energy that you are in today, and it will allow you to be part of this energy forever more. Not hold on to it, be it forevermore. Now you've understand the two and seen the two sides. You've truly integrated the energy. You've become one, and nothing can pull these two energies away from you. And so really, this is not just guidance. This is just telling you to release the past. Don't think about, oh, I should have done that. Oh, I should have done this. These were all learning lessons that you were meant to go through to be who you are today. Just know that you are leaving this energy to the light. You're integrating your shadow to the light. Congratulations, my dear pile number 2. What an awesome reading. I wish you the best of luck. You must be so proud of yourself, and please give yourself a pat on the back. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.